Hello and welcome to Crimson Castle Locals. As our computers are getting loaded and ready to go, we will have 3 rounds, I believe, tonight, um, with us having 8 players. And as we have our first round, I'd like to introduce y'all to our judge slash other commentator for the night, Anthony Wilson. Um, First round of the night, you see Devin and you also see Jared Hutchins. One's playing Fluffle OTK, and the other one is playing ABC. So let's see from here. Devin's making his typical Fluffy plays. We're not quite sure still what Fluffles are going to do.
I did see the glow up bulb that he milled off of the Foolish Burial, though.
So he may be trying to make Nat Beast turn 1, which is a strong opening. The pitch the bear to grab Polly is about the only one I really know. The only one that I don't know off the top of my head is Owl, because I know it has something to do with playing Polly or using Polly from the field. And Toy Vendor's pretty good as well.
Because if he makes the Nat Beast, what, he can stop
And
terraforming
yeah,
Hanger.
terraforming Hanger, the Rhoda, Desires,
Twin Twisters.
Twin Twister. But as we saw from the Toy Vendor when he revealed a dog, which will allow him to special summon a Fluffle monster from his hand, choosing Owl. And Owl's going to allow him to. Not sure if he's going to fuse.
Nope, he's going for the Nat Beast play, and there's the Max Cecil to draw.
Yep.
Looked like he drew a Twin Twister. He's got a Ghost Ogre. Looks like a Vanities in hand, or either Vanities or a Solemn Strike.
I think it's a Emptiness. And then he's going to use Wings effect to banish the bear to get rid of a Toy Vendor to draw 1 for the Wings and then 1 for the Toy Vendor. And then he'll get to search off a Toy Vendor.
It looks like he drew an Imp. No, that's not Imp. That is King of the Swamp.
Well, that's his deck right now.
Okay, Swamp.
Yeah.
So he's searching the Imp.
Yes. So here we can see him going ahead and making Polly and going ahead, pitch King of the Swamps to grab Polly. So there goes Polly. And so from here you can kind of picture Devin's going to go ahead and establish a lockdown board, and hopefully just kind of tell Hutch, well, you got to get over this board or you lose.
And that first turn Nat Beast is definitely going to hurt.
First turn Nat Beast, just because there's not that explosiveness to the deck if he can't get to rank 4s.
And you made the sheep, so even if it gets destroyed, it's going to come back.
Yep, with the 800 attack point boost.
So unless he has a Kaiju in his hand.
The Kaiju would be Hutchins' only out, and I'm not sure if he's playing it. Some ABC builds have been playing the hand traps with the Max C and the Ghost Ogres. I'm not and some also have been playing the Kaijus, but I'm not sure if Hutch plays it. We haven't had any indications of him main decking it. It'll more than likely be in a side deck. So from here, Devin's trying to figure out his next best play. While under Max C, so he's not sure if he wants to activate Frightfur. Okay.
It looks like he drew again. It looks like he drew a second Ghost Ogre.
Which, here I believe is Hutchins' move. And even with all those back row,
there's definitely a strike in his hand.
He's also got a Photon Thrasher and a Letter. He's got A, I believe. So from here he could Castell the Nat Beast to continue to make his play.
Or he can go for Diamond Dire as well.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he couldn't make the Nat Beast again, and I'd save a Diamond Dire for something more crucial. But here comes the special, the Photon Thrasher, and normal summon A. And so he had to burn his normal summon, so there goes any of his plays with Union Hanger to be able to equip from the deck. So from here, I think Castell or Diamond Dire would be good. Typically, the normal play would be to make Tsukiyomi or Gear Gigant.
And there's no use burning the Twin Twister to try to get a Toy Vendor, is it?
No, because Toy Vendor will get its effect when it's sent to the graveyard. Toy Vendor will allow him to add a Frightfur monster, I believe. Or not Frightfur, Fluffle monster.
So he's going for Rafflesia.
Ooh, that's... I guess Hutch didn't want to make that big of a push and leave himself open. Or he's just going to wait and let Devin, when he uses Nat Beast effect, strike it. So, and now the play's back to Devin. He could use Toy Vendor's effect.
Could he not have tried to bait the Nat Beast and then hit it with the Ogre?
Well, I don't. I still feel like he should have Castelled the Nat Beast away, um, leaving him with just the sheep.
Or did he have the I think the reason he might not have gone with that is I don't think he has Hanger in hand, so there's not really any way he would have really benefited off of it other than having his spells be active.
But he could top deck it to Terraforming. And also he's got strikes and emptinesses and stuff face down. Reflation is only going to be good if he plays more than bottom ones, like if he plays Floodgate Trap Hole.
Okay, so summon Dog again.
Allows him to search through the deck. I think he's probably going to go grab Bear to add Poly. He doesn't want to use Fright for Fusion at the moment, so he's going to add Sheep. Sheep is like Genix Ally Birdman. Last time I checked.
So at least it should be safe to assume that he has a strike set, he has a emptiness, but I'm not sure what his third column. And there's the emptiness.
There's the emptiness on the Poly, which it's good. It's a smart play by Hutch. Now Devin's going to have to get over the Rafflesia, which right now it's just kind of like it's just we're sitting here. It's just like I'm trying to figure the word out
Stalemate?
here. Yeah, because there's not like Hutch is going to have to shut down his own emptiness. In which I think honestly he should have Castelled the Nat Beast or Diamond Dire and then make a push, because if he would have topped into a Terraforming, Nat Beast would get it.
That's the only reason why I think he didn't go into the play to get the Nat Beast off the field, because he didn't either top into that Terraforming or top into the Union Hanger.
I mean, yes, and then
okay, and the other card looks like it's a second Twin Twister.
Yeah. Okay, so Devin just Hutchins passed. So from here, Devin can make a. Devin really can't do anything at the moment with that Vanity still up. We're having to slowly figure out what Devin's best and optimal play is going to be.
Twin Twister would definitely be the optimal play.
Well, it's for Devin, yes, but I mean, you see Hutch, he's got a C and a Silver Gadget in hand, so I guess he's waiting for Devin to out the Vanities. So we're not quite sure what would happen here.
Okay.
He can't special, so it's just kind of like a stalemate. I guess they just gonna pass action here. Trying to figure out why our cameras are. There's a Twin Twister.
Oh, called it.
Well, this all could have been prevented on Hutchins' part. He's gonna hit the other two sets, and that's gonna hurt Jared.
It's going to hit the Twin Twister and the Strike.
Yep, and it's going to hit the emptiness, and then if Devin plays this right, he'll proceed to win from here. Even with Jared having the Rafflesia. Well, I forgot Hutchins does have the Ghost Ogre, so if he just uses this right, he could potentially stop his opponent from OTKing him.
I actually think he has two, if I remember what he drew correctly.
Well, he used one on the Owl. And we're seeing what Devin wants to do here. I believe he played Fright for Fusion. Or, excuse me, Poly. Bring out Sabretooth with the 3 effects. And he's going to use Rafflesia here, probably to bottomless. And Hudgens decides to scoop this one up. So from here, I don't know what's going on with our system here, but going in from game 1 to game 2, if I was Devin, what would be some cards you would think of to side in for the? We obviously know that Jared would probably want to go first, seeing that it's ABC.
Give him a chance to set up board.
Yes. So I think if I was Devin, I'd probably go with some hand traps, probably Max C, maybe the kaijus.
Possibly consider Ghost Ogre.
Ghost Ogre maybe, but that would only really hit the system down, or not system down, the Union Hanger when it searches, or not searches, equips for the deck. Another choice, if I don't know if a lot of people have thought about it, is system down. That card's gonna be really good. If not, already people have been side decking it. It's just one of those really good cards. It's an old card that came out of Cybernetic Revolution. It's an old card.
Let him banish all of the machine types
from his field and grave. So
if he does make Buster and he system downs, if he tries to tag out, it'll hit the 3 on return, or he can simply let the Buster get banished.
And see, if I was Jared Hutchins, and if I knew I was going first, this is where some of the new cards that we get in the structure deck, the Union Scramble, it is a trap card, and it just allows you to return up to 3 banished from your removed from play to graveyard,
setting him up for another Buster play.
Yep. And that's usually the case if you use your resources up turn 1, and then you have it, and your opponent does not have Twin Twister. Keep in mind, this is simply just scenario based. But if I was Jared, I don't really quite know what to side in this situation.
And there's always the possibility that Devin may have sided Winter Cherries for the matchup as well.
And I'm not sure about that option. I know some players will do it, but at the same time, I think his extra deck space just doesn't have enough to support that, because he needs every monster that's in there,
especially the fusions, and he definitely wants to keep his Nat Beast.
Yes, and I think game 2 he wouldn't maybe side out the Glow Up Bulb.
He's letting Devin go first.
Whoa. So I think Devin's just going to go make Nat Beast.
It looks like he has double Twin Twister on Jared's side, but at this point...
Nat Beast is coming.
That double Twin Twister, and I want to say that I saw Anti-Spell. It is Anti-Spell.
That is... Oh, man. This is not
depending on what Devin makes, those double Twin Twisters and that Anti-Spell might not work.
Devin's just going to go for Nat Beast turn 1. That's... I don't know what... Oh, man.
Oh, and the Allure.
So he got his dark target off the draw. So there goes Sabers. That Sabers, there he goes. Should be banished.
Does he have another one in hand?
No, he's just gonna make Nat Beast. So.
Oh, and the third Twin Twister.
And there goes the hand for Jared Hutchins. This is not one of the better hands we've seen. Triple Twin Twister, an A, a C, and he's going to set an anti-spell. He's going to set the C, and he's going to probably set 2 more Twin Twisters. Hopefully, Devin will Twin Twister both of the Twin Twisters. Oh, there goes the anti-spell. And I think Devin's fine with it. He's in a good winning position here. He's going to summon the chain. He's going to pretty much attack into the sea, take some damage, I believe. Or does the edge?
Like it killed it outright.
It shouldn't have, because C's got 2,000 defense. Unless I'm missing, yeah, there we go. I think he's just going to attack and take difference. You're going to have to excuse us for life point differences for tonight. We're kind of off sync with our camera on both YouTube and the program we're using, so we won't be keeping up with life points here. We'll just be keeping up with who's playing, and we'll do our best to make sure everyone's up to date on what all has happened throughout the match.
It looks like Devin set the polymerization. I want to say it was Fight for Fusion.
I believe so, because he'll need it next turn. Um,
There's a Union Hanger set,
yep. We'll just get those out of the way.
and he looks like he drew into King of the Swamp. And there's the Poly.
So let's see what he decides to do here. He's gonna, I think he'll,
Cat and Swamp.
yes, and then he's gonna chain Twin Twister on his back row, which is Pfeiffer. But he'll still get his fusion. So I think he can make Tiger here, and then he can use Tiger to pop the field spell and the anti-spell, because he used 2 materials.
So he's going to target the other face down.
So he's going to hurt Hutchins here, which is a smart play.
And he gets the polymerization back.
Yep.
There goes. Wait, he can't Poly this turn.
Nope, anti-spell.
He should have hit
Correct.
that.
Which, Devin's still fine. Devin's in a position where all Hutchins going to be able to do is, A, bring back C from graveyard to hand, and then he's going to use C, set it, and just, he's kind of got this like mini loop for the turn. Like, Tiger's going to attack into A, or, my bad, excuse me, the Saber's going to attack into A. A's going to allow him to bring back C to his hand, and then he's going to take damage. He's going to take 22 and I believe 1,000. So, now we're just kind of waiting and seeing, because Jared Hutchins didn't really.
Oh, such sadness.
All he can do now is set and then set the field spell and just end. This is not looking good.
Allure.
He can't allure.
Oh, yes, right. He can't allure.
But players have got to catch that. Nope, there he goes.
There he goes.
And we can confirm. Hutch called it. So, that poly was set.
He's going into
Sabretooth. Sabretooth's going to bring back Tiger, and then Tiger gets an effect. Maybe it's only when it's fusion summoned he gets the pop effect. I believe that's what it is, because he won't be able to tell what it is. But this should be wrapping up our round 1, adding back Pfeiffer Fusion. So, doing a little broadcasting here on this upcoming Saturday, and I believe that's going to be the 29th. Yes, the 29th will be the Invasion of Vengeance sneak peek for anybody who is interested. Will be located at the Crimson Castle. Tournament for that will start at 1. The sneak peek starts at 11.
$20 entry for
$20 entry. You get 5 packs of the newest set. And as our match concludes, Devin will be our winner.
Taking it 2-0
over ABC. Any last thoughts?
Other than the fact that Jared just drew. There's the 3 Twin Twisters.
Well, also, it's the fact that Jared had the option to go first.
And he let his opponent make that piece. But there wasn't really anything he could do when Devin opened the Foolish 2 games in a row.
And so if you'll just stick with us real quick, we'll try to get the next round ready to go for you. welcome back to round two as we change the round number up here. Two of our more skilled and experienced players. Cody Burns sitting on your right. This past weekend up in Knoxville, he was playing ABC, so we're not sure if he's changed his build from that regional. And with Cody Angeloff, he just here recently topped the YCS Minneapolis.
Top four.
Top four. Running the PK Fire deck, so maybe we'll get to see him play that.
Honestly, I'm looking more forward to him running his Minerva Sworn deck. I know he's been running that quite a bit at local, so I'm actually kind of looking forward to that one opposed to the ABC Mirror.
Well, I don't think Angelo's going to play the mirror match. He kind of, after Knoxville, because he went as well, he didn't do well with the deck, and he wanted to play. Excuse me. He may play ABC at ARG Atlanta, but I think tonight he may be playing the Minerva Swarm.
So I think Cody won the dice roll.
They're using the Zodiac dice, from what he was telling me. So from here, we'll believe we'll see Angeloff go first.
Okay, he is definitely running Minerva Sworn. I saw the wolf in hand.
Yep. So here, special the Photon Thrasher. Normal Goblinberg. So he's going to go and make special Fleece. So I wonder from here.
Does he synchro at this point, or does he go for the XYZ?
I think he's going to try to. That's a good question, honestly. I think he's going to use the Felice to just keep it on board. He's going to make Minerva. Use Minerva.
And try to hit some light swarms, get a few draws.
Yep.
One,
Twin Twister,
two.
Charge, and Felice.
So he gets the one draw.
Yep.
Felice special summons.
Yep.
Unfortunately, he can't synchro summon with.
But he can exceed if he chooses to. And the only thing else that I could think of he could make turn one would be another Minerva or Giant Hand. In which, in this case, I think the Giant Hand. Well, I don't know. He needs to get his Light Swarms engraved, and the Winter Cherry, the Fairy Tale.
Fairy Tale Snow.
Yeah, because he's playing that as well. Cody here taking a minute to read Minerva. Some of us is maybe the first time seeing it, as it was the last prize card before we got the Utopic monster.
Okay, so he's going to Foolish.
He could Foolish a Wolf and
Special summon the Synchro.
Yep. Make Cypher Lord Omega. That would be a strong board for Cody. Or he could pitch the Fairy Tale here, just to say, hey, I've got it here if I need it.
If he's going to go for the Omega, the Wolf would definitely be better play, especially with him not having that many cards in his graveyard at this point. But he could always just leave the Felices and then mill at the end of the turn.
Do they have a standard mill? Like other light swarms like Lumina and Lila? Okay, so to bring the Trick Clan out. So we know Angel's going to be at 7,000.
So it looks like he's going to go for a synchro play.
Yes, and I forgot the deck run Trick Clown.
Actually, no. He's going for
a Dweller.
And he's going to pass.
So I think Cody here could have. I think this is probably the smarter play because even if he would have detached, the Trick Clown wouldn't have gone off. So here comes Terraforming.
Here comes Union Hanger right behind it.
This is going to be a good opening for Cody Burns here on our right. So here comes Union Hanger. And then from here, if you're ABC, I didn't get to see Cody's hand. I think I see an A in hand. A Union Hanger. Yeah,
So
Union Hanger.
Union Hanger?
I think he had a gadget in there as well, so he's kind of got a really strong opening. And also keep in mind, if he tries to destroy Minerva, it's just going to pop some cards.
Okay, so there's B.
Yeah, I think he's going to make Tsukiyomi. But Bird's got to be careful with the Dweller. Because when he changes the Dweller, he's not going to be able to use B's effect in Grave. So here, he may summon the Gadget. Use Gadget to bring out. He can't do that. He can only use one. Okay, he's going to bring out A.
He's going to use Hanger's effect to equip.
Yep, and then he's going to chain the Dweller. Equip C. So C's not going to get its effect when it hits the grave.
Or to
But
be in hand.
he's got a B in hand, so he can make Buster, yes.
He's just not going to get those
He's not going to
additional
maximize.
pluses.
Yeah, he's not going to maximize on his pluses here.
It looks like he actually has another Union Hanger in hand, but
He could set it, and here he could make the Bugente's Tsukiyomi here and pitch his hand draw too, depending on if his hand's just full of ABC monsters, or he could make Gear Gigant. Here,
get
there's
additional
just
search.
get an additional search, or he could even make Rhapsody. But he needs to get. I think it's going to be the Tsukiyomi just because he needs to get it engraved. So there we go. He's going to use the Bugente's Tsukiyomi, and I think he's got more pieces in hand too. So we see that he's going to lose the Union Hanger, a Gadget, a B, and an A. And then, the Brilliant Fusion. So here he's going to make the Seraph Knight, which is kind of interesting here. This is something new for us that we haven't seen. I know there was a build that topped, if not won, the regional that they partaked in. But it played the Brilliant Fusions, Foolish, and I think it side decked Farfa, which is not a bad card considering if you pitch it off of ABC Buster, you get to banish 2 cards. So Brilliant Fusion bring out the Seraph Knight.
And depending on what pieces he sent to the graveyard, he would. Well, no, because he still has. Oh, it is Gadget on the Tsukiyomi, so he could set up a double Buster play, but at this point. Well, here comes the first Buster.
And so here comes the first, with 1 card in hand, and I couldn't quite tell what it was. I think he's going to decide whether he wants to banish here or not.
I would go for the Minerva simply because he can run over the Abyss Dweller.
He can run over the Felice and the Abyss Dweller. The Tsukiyomi can run over the Dweller, and the Buster can run over the Felice. And so now he's choosing to...
He's going to use Tsukiyomi to run over the Dweller.
And he's going to use the Trick Clown. So Cody's now down to 6,000 at this point in time. And then Buster's going to run over the Felice.
Actually, I think he'll be under a little bit less because he took the damage from when Tsukiyomi attacked over the Dweller.
Well, he'll take the additional 100, so he's going to be at like 5,900. Cody Burns still hasn't taken any damage yet.
And it looked like Cody Burns attacked and didn't pass.
Yep. And then Angelov proceeded to use Charge of the Light Brigade.
Getting a Garoth.
Solar Recharge and an Aaron. I can see him using Lumina here to pitch the Wolf out of his hand. Yep. So, because here with Angelov, he could use Lumina, pitch the Wolf, grab the Felice, and then sink for 8 here. Or he can sink for 7. That's possible as well.
He doesn't have any cards in hand either.
He could make Black Rose, but the problem is with Black Rose, it would just be hard for Angelov to capitalize on it.
Because if he does trigger Black Rose effect, all he has to do is chain the Buster, get back his pieces, and then next turn he'll have another Buster set up.
Yep. Okay, so we didn't see that the Raiden hit. So Raiden's going to mill 2. That was a Galaxy Soldier and an Insta Fusion. So here he can actually... he could overlay here. We're not sure what he would make. And the reason why we say Synchro is just because his deck does have a lot more level 8 Synchros, like Cyphering Lord of Mega. He does play some 7s. I honestly think here it's going to be... he'll probably overlay just to try to bait out the Buster. Cody Burns doesn't have any cards in his hand, so he's not going to be able to banish, but he'll be able to use Union Hanger when he brings out his 3 pieces. And so from here, talking about the ABC deck that just was released last Thursday. Um, it's been sweeping the nation, I should say. It's hard for us to find any Kaiba structure decks left. Um,
I feel I missed something.
he made Omega. Um,
What was the other monster though? That's what I feel like I'm missing.
the Trick Clown.
Oh, that's right.
Because the Trick Clown can bring
came
itself
this
back.
turn.
Yep. So he made the Omega. He's going to bring back the pieces. And so now he's going to proceed to mill Galaxy Soldier. I think it was a Recharge and a Raiden. And so play will go back to Cody Burns. And here it's just going to be kind of hard because Angelov here could just activate the Omega to bring back a card from his banished zone. And with that, then he could just chain the Omega, keeping it to where Cody Burns will never be able to use the banish effect until B is sent off. So Cody Burns is going to special the B from his Spell and Trap card zone to his monster zone.
And he's going to use Union Hanger's effect.
If I had to guess, he'll probably grab.
Or did he already use Union Hanger's effect?
It shouldn't. That shouldn't have worked. Like, he should have been able. He may have banished it. I don't know why he didn't. Maybe he didn't know. Oh no, he's picking up his deck to search. Excuse us.
And he hit the terraforming that was in hand with.
Which is perfectly fine here. I wonder what he's equipping to. I need to check one thing with the Union Hanger.
He made Castell and bounce stuff.
And so here, I believe.
Angelov's going to scoop it up on that one.
And see, even there, I don't believe that was allowed. I'm just going to read Union Hanger real quick for anyone at home who doesn't know. It says, when this card is activated, you can add a light machine type Union monster from your deck to your hand. Once returned, if a light machine type Union monster or monster is normal or special summoned to your field, except during the damage step, you could target one of those monsters or monsters, equip one appropriate light machine type monster with a different name from your deck to that monster. But that Union monster you equip cannot be special summoned this turn. So here
It looked like he may have equipped the same monster that was special.
I believe so, yes. So what he did, for anyone who wasn't watching, when he brought out B from his Spell and Trap card zone, he triggered Union Hanger and brought out another B, which he cannot do. It has to be either an A, a C, or a Y or Z. Most people don't play Y and Z, but that's just something to keep in mind at home.
Or Freezing Beast.
Shh. No one needs to know.
All the good.
Yeah, exactly. Something that I've been testing with. No one will ever take it serious. So from here, with these two experienced players,
at least I think I saw Cody go for his Winter Chariots.
and,
Cody B.
Yeah, and that's another interesting thing too that a lot of people have been saying. Winter Cherries has been kind of a hit or miss card. Yes, it's a really good card. For some of y'all who don't know, you can send this card from your hand to the graveyard. If your opponent controls more monsters, then you reveal a card from your extra deck to look at your opponent's extra deck and banish all copies. But with Cody Burns, I've heard a lot of people, that it's a hit or miss card in the mirror match. And even though this isn't the mirror match, I know playing Winter Cherries, if I was Cody B, I don't know what I would hit.
Unless he has him in Minerva Day, he's hiding in his extra deck.
I mean, if he does, he's come talk to me.
The only targets I could really think of would probably be either the Dweller, simply because he wants to be able to trigger his own effects during his turn to stop Angelov during his turn.
It would be
or maybe a Side-Frame Lord Omega.
But if he has that in his extra deck already, then Angelov's already winning in the game state so far, because you're making him use up an extra deck spot just for that. I would consider probably. I think you were correct about the Dweller. Um, and so as we go into game two, I believe Angelov will be the starting turn player.
And I actually think I saw Union Scramble, but I'm not quite sure.
And that's a good card. A lot of people who don't know, it just allows you to return 3 from your banish zone to your graveyard. And then it's got some effects that allow you to, I believe, target one engrave and add it back.
It also looks like he had Strain Kaiju.
Yes.
Just something to get rid of the Omega and the Minerva with.
Yep. And then Angelov used the Psyframe Lord's ability to banish a card out of Cody Burns' hand, which was a Brilliant Fusion. Angelov's going to go down to 5,000 life points here using Soul Charge.
And he's going to use Galaxy Soldier's effect, search another Galaxy Soldier. Looks like we might be seeing an Infinity play.
I believe so, yes, because he has a Felice in hand. And here he's going to overlay into Minerva, if I had to guess. Yep. And then he's going to use the Minerva effect to mill.
So let's see if this mill's a little bit better than last week.
Ooh, Wolf, Photon Thrasher, and Goblinberg. He'll get to activate Wolf's ability. Solar Recharge on the Felice. He drew an Instant Fusion and couldn't tell what the other card was.
And he is just plussing very hard.
He is down to 4,000 here. Angelov opened really well. But for Cody Burns, he does have the Sticky String Kaiju, Kamungus. So he can out Cyber Dragon Infinity, but it's just gonna be hard for him to overcome that and a Dweller, which I believe is what Angelov will be making here.
It would definitely be the strong play, especially if he's trying to prevent him from triggering those effects when they hit the grave if he has a hanger in hand.
And let's not forget that Cypher Lord Omega will be coming back to the field.
Oh, he's actually going for Emerald.
He's returning 3 Light Swarms.
Felice, Lila, and a Wolf.
Yes.
Well, we actually might still be seeing the Dweller. He did get the Instant Fusion.
Yes, and that's where the Dweller play will come from. So here comes Instant Fusion. I think Angelov's now down to 3,000 life points.
He paid 3 for Soul Charge, 1 for...
He's going to make a second Omega. Because he's going to bring back the Raiden that was in Grave with Norden sync for it. And so here he's going to...
Okay, so he's definitely going to...
You can hear it. You can hear it now. If you'll excuse us for just one moment, the live stream will still be going on, but our mic will be turned off for just a short bit. Thank you. Alright, sorry
And
for
we're
the
back.
inconvenience. If some of y'all who didn't notice, Cody Burns decided to just scoop that game up, showing the Kamungus on the Infinity, which I think he saw that after the Omega he couldn't, he didn't have a stronger play on that part, so he just wanted to go to Game 3. Let Cody Burns go first. That way he'll get a better, stronger opening.
And even still, dealing with one Omega was a problem. He was going to end up still having to deal with the second one and still having a Minerva on field.
Yes.
And of course, if he didn't get over the Emerald then Angelov still would have been able to send some monsters back, get another draw, probably extend his plays once more.
And I think here, if I was Cody Burns, I would be wanting to go first. This is the part where anti-spell fragrance is huge.
Because you simply don't want to let your opponent open that strongly again.
Exactly. And if you let Angelov go first and he opens the board that he just did, that's punishing there. If you ever get the chance with ABC to go first, I would go first. That deck, you would want to establish a board and then tell your opponent, hey, I want you to get over this board.
And the thing is, with Angelov's deck, even though it depends greatly on his mills, the way his build is set up, it is, if his builds go his way, it is very, very hard for his opponent to try to make a comeback, especially if he keeps making boards like that. And that's definitely not something that you want to see.
And so from here, we'll be going into Game 3 of Round 2 of 3. Tonight will be our short locals. We will be streaming the Invasion of Vengeance sneak peek, which will be on Saturday, the 29th, here in Tuscaloosa, Alabama, at the Crimson Castle.
Sneak peek starts at 11 o'clock a.m. The tournament starts at 1.
Registration for the tournament will start at about 12:30. And Cody Burns didn't open up well. I think he's going to set a C here and end his turn.
I haven't seen the Max C at all this match.
And then Angelov's going to soul charge.
Looks like he hit charge, and I couldn't see what the other card was.
I'm not quite sure myself. Maybe an Insta-Fusion?
So he's going to Foolish?
Probably the Trick Clown. Or something of some sort, like a Felice, a Wolf.
Something that's going to get a special summon.
Yes.
Okay, so he's going to go for the Trick Crown.
Yep, and here comes
And
Max
there's
C.
the Max C.
So Angelov's now down to 7,000.
And Burns is going to draw 1 for the Trick Clown.
Which makes him even right now for the Max C. So right now we're trying to see how...
Oh, Veridel Snow.
Here comes Minerva.
He's going to draw 1 more.
So Cody Burns is now +1.
Ooh, those are
Photon Thresher, System Down, and Insta-Fusion.
Definitely not what Angelov was looking for.
But he does have enough to bring out Fairy Tale when he needs to. And then he's going to attack it to be Buster, which will get the effect of Surge. So from here, both players not opening up well. Burns had to set a card, set a monster, and Angelov was only able to make just the lone Minerva. And I know we say the lone Minerva, because we all know it's a prize card and such, but compared to what we've seen, it's not that strong of an opening.
On top of that, Burns actually had the Max C
Yes.
this duel, whereas he didn't have it last duel.
But even still, I don't quite know what Burns could do last game. But here he's going to make the Gem Knight, Seraph Knight, by using Gem Knight, or Brilliant Fusion. He wanted to test this to see. He wanted to test it and see how it was working.
So Garnet and his own Trick Clown.
Yes.
I didn't get a chance to see what the card that Angelov said was.
That's a good question. Probably a Twin Twister, if I had to guess. Which is the reason why I think if I was Cody Burns, I would have went first. Just Anti-Spell's too good of a card right now.
Unfortunately, he didn't draw it in his opening hand in this duel. And I don't think he drew it off of Maxi either.
Nope. And so from here, he's going to normal summon A. He's got B already. I can't quite tell what that is.
I think that is C, actually.
C? Okay. And he's going to make Diamond Dire.
So he's going to blow up a card and he'll be able to make... he should be able to make ABC this time.
He will not be able to blow up. When Fairy Tale comes out, it books the monster. So he's going to Fairy Tale the Diamond Dire, so leaving the materials still on it. So really, Angelov can control the game right now when he wants Burns to have those monsters. I don't think Burns really quite knew that Fairy Tale could book it.
Well, I do believe he has a Lumina in hand and a Soul Charge, at least for Angelov.
This could get out of hand real quick, depending on if Cody Burns' back row is not real. So he's going to Twin Twister, the Brilliant, and the back row, which was Solemn Strike. This is not going to be looking good. The Seraphonite falls because of the Brilliant Fusion. Uses Minerva, brings back the Trick Clown, and then here comes a rank 4 play. I could see it being a Dweller, just so that he can't bring back his his opponent's Trick Clown.
He didn't draw anything though. He didn't hit any Light Storms on either of the mills for Minerva.
That is correct. But I think right now, with Cody Burns having 2 or 3 cards, it's just going to be... He's not in a good position at this point.
And as long as Angelos keeps filling up his graveyard, he'll be able to use Snow to interrupt those plays for Burns.
Yep. And so from here, we're not counting Cody Burns out, but it's just the situation at hand. Cody Burns, he didn't realize that here comes the Dweller. He didn't realize that it could, as we say, Book of Moon it face down, and here comes System Down. And so here comes the pieces. So C, A, B, and that's it. So,
definitely not what Burns was hoping to see in this match.
Dope. And here, he may summon A from his hand. Summon A. He'll probably just run over the Dweller here. And now Angel's going to have to choose on the Trick Clown, which he does.
And he does still have limit in hand if he draws another Light Storm Monster.
Yes. Which would tremendously push game state for Angelov towards his, for him to win. And so from here, not quite sure what more Cody Burns can do. And so it's a hard position for him.
Oh, there goes Snow.
Yep. So, I see what happened. He before battle phase, he detached the Dweller, used Dweller or the Trick Clown, and then he used Fairy Tale to flip the A, so he kept the Dweller on board.
He drew into rating.
Which is perfectly fine here. He can make a rank 4 Rhapsody. Strong card.
And he'll get the Trick Crown back and still be able to synchro summon. Or is he not going to bring it back?
He's going to Rhapsody the monsters and then activate it. And then equip the Rhapsody to Minerva. This game's going to go towards Angelov's way here. Cody Burns just kind of
got out-resourced.
Exactly. And that's the problem with ABC. If you don't open up strong on your opening hand, it's just going to be hard to make a comeback if they push through your board. And here, if Angelov attacks into it, it's going to have 200 defense. And it can't bring itself back. It has to have a target prior to. Just so keep that in mind for anyone at home who didn't know. So if I was him, I'd sync for Omega, just so I could start getting cards out of my opponent's hand. And there comes the Omega. Use the Dweller to attack into it, and then attack for 48.
Does Rhapsody give an attack boost?
Yes, it gives it 1200. Excuse me. So it's going to be 5,000.
Is Omega 28?
28.
So if he equips it, oh no, it's equipped to Minerva. What's Minerva's attack?
32 now. 32 to 28 will be 6,000. So it's not looking good for Burns.
And has he already used Trick Tron this duel?
Yes.
Because he used Brilliant Fusion.
So we are currently we're kind of froze here at the moment, so we can't quite tell what's going on outside. We're not quite sure what's going on with our stream at the moment as well. What is the issue? Is it on us? wonder if the stream's froze. Yeah, the stream's froze. For anyone who's still watching the stream and can hear us, we're having some technical difficulties. So, for as of right now, we will be going offline and hopefully getting these issues resolved until for our Saturday sneak peek. We're gonna end the stream for the night and try to get everything fixing for Saturday. So, stay tuned with us. Like I said, my name is Jamie, and here tonight I had Anthony Wilson. On Saturday, we'll have 2 new commentators with us. I don't believe I will be actually commentating this, but I will be.
Oh, and there goes the stream.
We're still gonna pause the stream for the night. We're gonna make sure the cameras and all work and such.
But I do believe that Angelov ended up taking that match.
I believe so as well. Until then, we'll restream again on Saturday, and until then, have a nice night.